All right, this is our last lesson in Unit 1. It's 1.11. We're going to simplify fractional exponents. So the difference today is we're having more actual numbers that we're dealing with the fractional exponents, so we're going to have to simplify and get maybe an actual whole number. Okay, so number 1, this is 16 to the 1/4 power. Let's think about what this power of 1/4 means. Remember, that would be the fourth root of 16, which is saying what number times itself 4 times is 16. So there's a couple different things you could do. When you want to do a special root like this, you hit Math, just third button down, go down to option number 5. So option number 4 is a cube root. Number 5 is where you could put in any radical you want, so hit that. Why did it do answer? Hold on. Oh yeah, duh. I have to put the 4 in first. Put the 4 for the index, and then we're going to go number 5, and then I'll put in 16. The answer is 2. And why that is because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. It takes 4 twos to make 16, so the fourth root of 16 is 2. But more today, what I want you to do is just put this on your calculator. So 16, remember our power button is this little up arrow. And then I'm just going to put 1 divided by 4. You don't have to have parentheses around it since there's no negatives. And it gives me 2 as well. I just need you to start understanding what radicals mean. All right, number 2, we have parentheses around 49 to the 1/2 power raised to the 5th. This is a power rule. So we're going to keep the base of 49. We're multiplying 1/2 times 5, which we just multiply straight across to get 5 halves. Okay, I want you to just put it on your calculator. So 49 to the 5 halves power, is 16,807. And I just want to kind of explain why that's happening. This is really the square root of 49 raised to the 5th power. Well, the square root of 49 is 7, and then 7 to the 5th power is where it's getting that big number. Okay, number 3, we've got 10 cubed to the 1/4 power, so keep the base of 10. That would be a 3/4 when we multiply straight across. Put it into your calculator. And because it's a decimal, this did not come out to be a whole number. So we can't simply stop and say, oh, it's about 5.6. They want you to actually express it as a radical. So this would become the 4th root of 10 to the 3rd power. And then they want you to simplify 10 to the 3rd power, which means 10 times 10 times 10 gets you 1,000. So this is really the 4th root of 1,000. Okay, if you feel good, go ahead and try number 4 on your own. This will be 30 to the 2/3. It's not a whole number, so we're going to have to write it as a radical. This would become the cube root of 30 squared. 30 squared is 30 times 30, which is 900. So this is really equal to the cube root of 900. Okay, so that's the first type. Now the second type, we've got 25x to the 1/2 power. The only part that has the fractional exponent is x. So we would have 25, and then that would become a square root of x, because 1/2 power means the square root. And that's all you can do on that one. Number 6, you're taking this whole thing to the 1/5 power, so this coefficient's going to get it, and the variable. So we have 3,125 to the 1/5 power times x to the 1/5 power. Let's do that on our calculator. And it's just plain old 5. Which that's really the 5th root of 3,125. So if I took 5 times itself 5 times, I would end up with that number. And then this we're going to write as the 5th root of x. So it's 5 times the 5th root of x. All right, number 7. We get 27 to the 1/3 power and then x, we would have 6 times a third. Multiply straight across. 6 times 1 is 6, over 1 times 3 is 3. Well, 6 divided by 3 is really 2. A third of 6 is 2. And then 27 to the 1/3 power, which is really the cube root of 27, is 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So it'd be 3x squared. Okay, last one. Why don't you pause and try it? You should get 32x to the 5th because you're getting 6 times 5 6 is 6 cross cancel, so it's just x to the 5th. And that's it.